Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a kind and handsome king and his beautiful queen. Outside the grand castle gates was a magnificent royal garden. In this garden lived a tiny, quiet mouse. Every night, when the whole kingdom was fast asleep, the little mouse would sneak out to nibble on the fresh fruits and vegetables. She was happy living in the royal garden, but sometimes she wondered what it might be like to live inside the castle itself. One bright moonlit night, her curiosity got the best of her. The little mouse scampered under the castle gate, across the cobblestone path, up a long rain spout, and into a glowing moonlit room. From her perch atop a tall royal clock, she looked around in awe. To her surprise, she saw a little boy and a girl fast asleep in their cozy beds. "The royal children," she whispered to herself in wonder. Every day after that, the mouse would quietly watch the prince and princess play. She longed to be their friend, but she knew royal children could never be friends with a tiny mouse. Then one day, something unusual happened. "Mommy," cried the young princess, "my tooth fell out." The queen hurried in, smiling gently. The princess touched the tiny gap in her mouth again and again. It felt so strange. "Can I keep my tooth?" she asked. The queen chuckled softly. "If you sleep with it, you might lose it, my dear." "I know," said the princess with a grin. "I'll put it under my pillow to keep it safe." That night, as the children slept peacefully, the little mouse watched from the shadows. She saw the princess's tiny white tooth tucked under the pillow. Without thinking twice, she scurried across the floor, climbed the bedpost, and slipped beneath the pillow. There it was, the most beautiful shiny tooth she had ever seen. The little mouse gently picked up the tiny tooth. It sparkled in her paws like a piece of the moon. She knew she shouldn't keep it, but she also couldn't just leave it there. "What if something bad happens to it?" she whispered to herself. "This tooth is precious. It belongs to the princess." Just then, she noticed something else, a small coin on the bedside table shining softly in the moonlight. It was the smallest coin in the royal castle, hardly used anymore. "I wish I could give her something in return," the mouse murmured. With all her strength, she pushed and rolled the tiny coin across the bed. It took all her might, but finally, plop, she slipped it under the princess's pillow. Then she carefully placed the tooth inside a little pouch she had made from a flower petal. She hugged it close to her heart, proud of what she had done. When morning came, the castle echoed with excitement. "Mama! Mama! There's a coin under my pillow. Something magical was here." The queen's eyes widened in surprise. She looked at the little coin, then at her daughter's joyful face. "A good fairy must have visited you," she said softly. But the little mouse hiding behind the curtain knew the truth, and her heart swelled with happiness like never before. That night, the mouse sat under the stars, holding the tooth. A gentle breeze brushed past her, carrying a faint sparkle. Suddenly, whoosh, A swirl of shimmering light spun around her, soft as feathers, bright as moonbeams. Tiny fairies descended from the sky, their wings glowing like crystal petals. "Little one," said a fairy with a voice like bells, "we have seen your kindness." The mouse trembled, clutching the tooth. I only wanted to help," she squeaked. "And help you did," said the fairy queen, landing gracefully before her. "Pure hearts are rare. Because you protected a child's tooth with love, you have created the strongest magic of all." She lifted her wand, and a brilliant glow wrapped around the mouse. The mouse felt lighter, brighter, changing. When the light faded, she gasped. She had tiny glowing wings, a soft dress made of moonlight, a warm golden shimmer around her. She was no longer just a little mouse. She had become the first tooth fairy. The fairy queen touched the pouch holding the tiny tooth. "Childhood teeth," she explained gently, "are sacred treasures. They hold memories, laughter, courage, and innocence." She pointed to the night sky, and the strongest, most perfect teeth become stars. They light the world so children everywhere can sleep under their glow. The new tooth fairy's heart fluttered. "I get to protect children and help create stars?" "Yes," said the queen. "And from this night forward, you will never do it alone." Around her, dozens of tiny assistant fairies appeared, each carrying sparkles of moonlight. "You are their leader now," the queen continued. "Together, you will visit every child, everywhere." The tooth fairy smiled, the biggest, brightest smile she had ever made. "Then let's begin," she whispered. And with a joyful flutter, she and her fairy team soared into the night, leaving trails of magic behind them. And so, dear adventurers, have you ever waited for the tooth fairy in your childhood? Share your magical memories with us in the comments below. Until next time, have a happy, sparkly day.